everybody, welcome back to Vegas Tips and Tricks. It's our final show of July and we're going to talk today about how to win big on slots. Well, not really. I mean, I think I'll put that in the title. That should attract some attention, right? But here's how you win big in the casino when it comes to slot machines. Walk away. You'll have more money than 99% of the people in the casino at the end of the night. Slot machines are a negative expectations game, like pretty much every game in the casino. But unlike some games like blackjack or craps or even video poker, the house advantage can be absolutely huge when you're talking about slot machines, 5, 10, 20% even. And that starts to add up very quickly. Now, that's one of the reasons why if you do play slots, you definitely want to be part of the Players Club. We talked about that in the comp video a few weeks back, because casinos love slot players. One thing, they tend to donate a lot of cash to the casino, and number two, slot machines don't get holidays, slot machines don't get overtime, slot machines don't get health benefits, so they're a great money maker, a reverse ATM, if you will. But we know you're going to play, so first today we're going to talk about a few tips as to how to spot machines that may give you a better chance to win. Some of this is kind of standard knowledge, but if you haven't heard it before, it's worth hearing. But in the second half of the video, what I'm going to tell you is that doesn't necessarily matter, and I'm going to tell you why. First up, you know those fancy machines when you walk right into the casino with the bright lights and the flashing, and they're like 10 feet tall, literally 10 feet tall, and the seats vibrate and music plays, and your favorite pop star, your favorite video game, or your favorite movie is featured prominently. Don't play those machines. And the biggest reason not to play those machines is not because they're fancy and bright lights and all of that sort of stuff, but because they're licensed machines. And so there's some overhead there that has to go to Game of Thrones, or Britney Spears, or The Voice. And that little bit of overhead is almost certainly going to come out of your possible winnings. So as a general rule, those licensed machines are going to pay off less. Second, you see those fancy machines with the huge jackpots? Win $1 million, win $5 million, win $10 million, and they just keep increasing, and they're progressive, and they go up and up and up and up, and even the lower ones that have 10 and 20,000, you probably don't want to play those either. Progressive machines, you know, the jackpots go up one way. That's every time you wager, they take a little bit of your wager and they toss it into the jackpot. And you're probably not going to win the jackpot. In fact, I don't know anybody who's won one of those really, really big jackpots. If anybody watching has, I want to hear about it in the comments. I want to see a picture. But most people won't. And so when you're playing those progressive machines, and a lot of people are playing them at less than max coin, which you normally have to do in order to win the progressive, and you're just giving your money away. Third, just avoid in general machines that have big jackpots, whether they're progressive or not. Because in the long run, we'll talk about that again in a few minutes, in the long run, you're going to win a lot more of those smaller prizes than you are one big prize. So you want a machine with kind of a lower jackpot and a lot of smaller payoffs, because those smaller payoffs are much more likely to hit than the jackpot. I'd rather play a machine, you know, as far as winning and losing, that has, say, you know, $1,000 jackpot versus one that has a $10,000 jackpot. If you have to invest the same amount of coins to play, because I have a much better chance of walking away ahead or playing longer on a machine with repeated smaller hits than with a few very large hits. Again, it's counter what we want to think. We want the big jackpot. We want the progressive jackpot. We want the cool game with the, you know, cool lights and everything like that. The classic sort of three-reel slot machine is probably a better choice than the fancy multi-denominational penny, they used to call them penny machines, because back in the day you could actually play a penny. Now typically you're in for at least 30, 40, 50, 60 cents minimum. And that probably won't get you the jackpot. But those machines generally have a bigger take than the old real machines. And amongst the real machines, you're better off playing the highest denomination you can afford. A dollar machine, historically speaking, will always have a higher percentage payback to the player versus a nickel machine. Quarter machine somewhere in the middle. So, here's another one. Play machines that are a little at casinos that are off the strip, that are local, that have to appeal to repeat gamblers and not to tourists. Generally speaking, I think this is a good rule. The farther away you are from the tourist corridors of Las Vegas, whether it be downtown or the Strip, the better the payoff of the machine. So, to recap, if you want the best chance to win, get as far away from the Strip as possible. Find the dullest machine with the lowest jackpot and play $1, $2, $3 a spin, just pulling the handle. Now there'll probably be a lot of smoke around. There won't be a lot of pretty people. There won't be a lot of fancy things going on. But that's probably your best chance to win. So are you going to do that? Most of you probably aren't. And that's because most of us, and we're wise in this respect, when we're playing a slot machine, we're not playing it because we're investing money with the idea that we're going to come away with a profit. We're playing it for entertainment purposes. And that's the only reason you should play it. Because in the end, negative expectations, you will lose. What you want to do when you're playing the game is maximize what my friend Kevin calls seat time. You want to get the experience. You want to be able to set and play. Enjoy the lights around you, the casinos, the environment. You've spent months planning for this trip to Las Vegas. You want to enjoy it. So, while all of the tips that I gave you earlier are accurate, they're not necessarily ones you're always going to want to follow. You don't necessarily want to go to Sam's Town to play the double diamond machine in the corner. You want to play at Cosmopolitan, and you want to play the fanciest, newest machine. So here's a few pieces of advice there. Again, I would still try to avoid machines that have the progressive jackpots. I would still look for more smaller jackpots. A lot of the newer machines have the sort of tiered jackpots, and I use the word jackpot loosely, because some of them will be like $10. They'll have a mini jackpot, a minor jackpot, a major jackpot, a giant jackpot, a super mega giant jackpot. I mean, it's almost ridiculous. And some of those will be progressives. If you must play them, look at the progressives. They may differ between machines that are right next to one another. Sometimes the machines are linked together and they'll have exactly the same payoffs, but sometimes they won't. Sometimes you'll see that mini will be $20 on one machine and $10 on the other. Now you're pretty likely, if you play a while, to get a mini. You probably want to play at the machine with the best return. Now, obviously, there may not be a lot of variation, but sometimes you see really weird stuff, like where the mini jackpot is almost as high as the minor, because it just hasn't been hit in a while, or the minor is almost as high as the major. Those are some anomalies you may want to look for, because if you see those, it's not necessarily that it's more likely to hit, but if it does hit, you get a much better return. And it's tempting to look at that top jackpot on the machine, but look at some of the lower jackpots, because again, you're much less likely to hit for $10,000 than you are for $100 or $200. And so that difference between $50 or $100 on those smaller jackpots can be the difference between a winning and a losing session. And more importantly, can keep you at the machine longer. Because let's be honest, I do it, we all do it if we're regular slot players. And it's a terrible word to use, but we reinvest our winnings. If we win $1,000, even if we win a hand pay the first day in Las Vegas, are we going to put it in the safe and go walk around until it's time to go home? No, we're going to keep playing. We may even play at a higher stakes. We may push our luck to see if we can win more. And it's fun. And even if we end up losing, at least we got to have some fun, and that's the idea. So don't be afraid to reinvest your winnings. Don't, you win money, don't like squirrel it away. If that's the kind of person you are, you're not really the sort of person that wants to gamble or play slots in the first place. But if you are a slot player, don't be afraid to reinvest it. Now, if you win $10,000 and that's a huge amount of money to you, set aside some of it, but have fun with the rest of it. Because, when you're playing with your own money, and this is another point to consider, sometimes it can be a little uncomfortable, particularly if you're losing. Never play at a level that makes you uncomfortable. If you have to play $3 or $8 to win some jackpot, and every time you play it just makes you nervous that you're going to be spending that much money, don't play that machine because you're not having fun. And that's what it's all about, having fun. So here's another tip that works well. In addition to watching your bankroll, in addition to looking for opportunities as far as different progressives, or looking for a lot of machines that have a lot of smaller jackpots, or frequent bonuses are nice too, but it's really hard to predict that. Although if you played, you probably know some machines that do offer frequent bonuses, because then guess what? You can just sit there and not spend money and watch the wheels spin around, or sometimes they're interactive, but either way, fun, and you don't pay for it. I mean, you do, but so forth. So here's a tip, a trick even, that everyone can use, and I need to take my own advice on this one. Playing slots is not a competition. Unless you're in a slot tournament, then it's a competition. Don't pound on the machine like it just abused your dog, okay? Take your time. If you slow your pace, guess what? You get to sit there twice as long. Your bankroll lasts twice as long. You get to enjoy Las Vegas or whatever casino destination that you visit for twice as long. Because in the end, that's what it's about. You're not going to win most of the time. Maybe, if you got to the casino for an hour or two, you might. But if you're in Las Vegas for 3 to 5 days, coming out ahead is unusual. I've done it a couple, 2, 3 times. I'm sure some of you have. But I doubt anybody who's made multiple trips to Las Vegas is ahead. Again, if you are, I want to hear about it. Let me know in the comments. I want to meet someone who's ahead in the long run. So it's about having fun. If it's not fun, if it makes you cringe every time you play, don't play. But if you are having fun, these are some ways to look around, maximize your payoff so that you can play longer, get more comps, have more fun, and enjoy your trip to Las Vegas. Just a couple of months away from my next trip to Las Vegas. Maybe we'll talk about that next time, or we'll talk about some more Vegas tips and tricks that you need to know. Until then, I hope that you have a great and lucky week, and we will see you soon.